just what I'm feeling. Say that again. Trying to be objective as much as possible, which is a challenge for us, right? And then saying, okay, I can ramp myself down or up to match the situation. So even in the case of your daughter with the drama, right? You're like, okay, yeah, I hear you. Yep, sounds like, oh, okay, right. You haven't said a word. Okay, sounds like, right. She feels better. Exactly. All she really wanted was a place to put in worthless for days. Yeah. And so, as teenagers becoming adults, right, that process of becoming an adult is our process of learning our self-regulation, right? We go from, oh my God, to, oh, you know what? It'll be all right, I'm praying. That process, that's the maturation process. That's the self-regulation. Motivation as an intelligence form, as a facet of intelligence, is saying, what do I need to move myself and others forward? How can I fire other people up to at least consider doing what it is I'm asking them to do? Not because there's a third party that says that we have to, but rather because there is an understanding that we're committed to doing this job today in this way. We're committed to getting through this process today in this way. For the person who's wilding out, we're committed, I'm committed to taking it down 2 levels. And I'm going to do that in a way that at least gives you enough wiggle room where you can get out without feeling like I chunked you. So I'm motivating you to bring it down. You see where I'm going with this? And a lot of this requires that you be honest with yourself about what you're going through. Even in being the bigger person. Yes, we know that, but I'm not going to say that to the person. Why? Because it's going to trigger them. Right, are you going to look it? You like me. You like me. It's a process. It's a process. And it's a self-learning that as you get further and further along, you know who does it really well? They seem like kind of meh about it, but most politicians. Think about it. They're good. Lies are one thing, but they're good at necessarily keeping a smooth face. A poker face. Rob you, lie, steal, whether you piss them off, whatever the case may be. It's a skill. It's a skill.
That's not what my career is.
Tell me your name because I can't even hear you.
Oh, I'm Daniel. Niberam.
Say that again?
Niberam.
Niberam. From where?
From Togo.
Hey, Nigeria.
Nice to meet you.
You too. You're late.
Yeah.
I'm messing with you, brother. So Nigeria and Togo are literally share a border.
Yeah.
Go.
So what I was saying, like, this is not what the
Machiavelli? Machiavelli. Wow, you guys are really making me stretch here. I haven't read that in like years. Oh, so what he's talking about is the art of war. No, that's Sun Tzu. That's Sun Tzu. What's Machiavelli again? What's the prince?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He wrote a book like how higher level people should treat themselves and population and then get them to do things. Even if they don't want to do it, they force them to do things for like people that think that you should say, like just smiley face and
Yep. So Machiavelli was a Italian prince,
yeah.
of some century or the other, and literally wrote a book on the updated version. It would be How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a book, right? And all of these things basically say, if I control myself, I can control others. But it requires me knowing and controlling myself. And then that leads to the empathy and social skills, right? That is what, literally, once you're able to do one, then you can do 2 and 3. Managing others requires understanding at least their point of view, even if you think they're selling you a bag of garbage. And then having the social skill to say, I I hear what you're saying, but I think what you're trying to do is avoid what we need to do. So how can I help you help us?
Help you.
Help you help us. Like, what do you need? I'm not going to put myself in it, right? What do you need? I'm not going to say that you're a liar. I'm not going to call you a bluff. But I am going to say, you're not here. You're not bought into our process. So what do you need so that we can work together? What do you need? If I start from you so that we can be good, then I've centered you because I know that I'm already good. Right? It doesn't require, It doesn't require me to affirm.
Good. And they're like, man, they're thinking about my needs. So you know what? Let me work with this person. They're trying to work.
Boom. That's really all it comes down to. The people just want to be heard.
Like bring yourself to their level so that you will actually like let them know what you
Kind of, sort of. I would necessarily say,
like.
be grounded in your place.
But you know how.
Bam.
And know when to speak.
Right.
That's
I'm
why-
sorry, 1 second.
No,
Denise.
no.
I know.
Denise. Annie.
As a mother, sometimes it's a lot for me to bring in my kids. Sometimes I tell them, can you please help me to be a better mother? So can you please listen when I'm talking?
All
So
of that.
if you help me, I help you. And I'm
Exactly.
really a lady, bring it to you, and be like, oh, my mother, ooh, right? You call me to sit down and be when I'm talking to you. We gonna be fine.
Right.
Please help me.
Help me help you. Yeah. Yeah. Gentlemen in the church, tell me your name. Victor?
I think all right, I think it's really mutual respect.
Yes, and, right? Because here's the thing. Mutual respect assumes that you are, I would actually say it's like the next level of it, right? Because it still requires that I'm calm in the instance of that person not being, and or that I am able to motivate that person to be in agreement with what I'm trying to do. The reason why it's more than respect is because respect is also culturally based, right? And so what you would expect and allow from one group of people, you may not expect or allow it from another, right? A man will allow a woman to get away with more than he would another man. Vice versa, a woman will take less from another woman than she may from a man. The elderly? Oh, elderly, they get passed. They do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, it's like
I'm all right.
people.
They start talking out the side of their throat, right? They start calling and cussing, and you like, not for nothing? I can't wait to get to 70. My neighbors, she's like, no. My neighbor's like, good morning, Miss Brown. I know, ain't it a fucking great one? Wow, I wasn't ready for that, Miss Brown. She's like, I know, but I woke up this morning, thank God. What does effing got to do with it? And then she's like, well, you know, at this age, we don't know when we next time gonna get some. Miss Brown.
Oh my God.
Miss Brown. Right? So she takes you all the way there, because now I'm like, okay, I'm feeling shame, I'm feeling embarrassment. I don't know if I should laugh, because I don't know if that's respectful or not, but I'm just going to stand here and and say good morning. But you see how she takes me up and down the scale. I have to know.
She sounds very cool. I should go club along.
She will dance you off the floor.
Yeah,
I went to one of her birthday parties and went back. I was like, I can't hang. I can't hang. I've got kids to get home to. I'm going to wake up in the morning. And she doesn't drink. So she can keep dancing. Nah. So, pull out those phones again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go and look at what our emotional intelligence levels are right now. So, that says mindtools.com. Let me know when the majority of people have gotten there.
Mind tools.
.com. In the left bar, or there's the magnifying glass. That's their search tool. You're searching for the EI-quiz, one word. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Take you about 20 minutes. Go on ahead.
Oh, no,
I don't want you getting up. You're welcome. Are you okay back here? Yep, you found it. And now, right, just go on search for it. Get it. Search. And then type in how emotionally, or EI quiz. Yes.
Do we start it?
Yes, go ahead and start. Okay, hold on. I'm going to walk everybody through this again. Hold on 1 second. So, yep, that's the correct one. That one. Yes. I'm going to come behind you. Yes. And you're going to scroll down. Keep scrolling down. Bingo, that's your quiz right there. You're welcome. Everybody, go. Okay, so you want a different route. So let's go to here. Type in quiz. quiz. Does anybody else need help? Give me 1 second. No. How emotionally intelligent are you? And it's got 2 items underneath. It's got article and a career skills. Yeah, you're there. No, not that one. Oh, wait. That one. So you're going to go search the site. And type in EI quiz.
Yes, that one.
Here on the magnifying glass. So there's a magnifying glass in the top left. No, you have a typo in yours. You said www6. Here. I think that failed. No. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, you should
When
have been
I actually posted that we actually
So you've got 56, tells you you're here, and now you can tap in to see what it tells you. Because if you keep going down, it'll tell you where you, what you scored in each of the categories.
The high school is what, 100?
50 something. Tell me, yeah. 60. Okay, look, so you're good. Stop. Look, right there. 75. The highest score is 75. Nice, okay. So now you're going to go down and right here. Tell me your name. Nice to meet you, Joshua. Rapport? Rapport, no, R-A-P-P-O-R-T. That's pronounced rapport. The T is silent. Rapport means the your friendship. Building a, say that again?
I think it's silence.
I did English, I don't know. And so a hand over here. So, most people have finished the quiz, right? And they're reading their scores? No? Okay, so I'll give you a couple more minutes. Yes. Okay. You can if you want. It's the maximum is 75. And so when you scroll down, come out here. You scroll down. You tells you where you are. So, the number isn't the most important thing. It's the categories in which you can grow that are the most important things. So for each of you each of the categories that you are in, if you can drill in, that's why I like this particular quiz, you can drill in and it tells you what some opportunities are for you in the components of emotional intelligence, right? So is it that your self-awareness needs to grow? Is it that you, and as a subset of that, your honesty with yourself about your responses in situations? Because invariably we like to think that we are more calm or more, what's the word, giving than we often are, right? Especially because we live in New York City. But it's a thing. And the areas where we are strong, how can we use that to help others? So maybe my self-regulation may not be the best, but my empathy is really good. Right? So maybe I can't necessarily bring myself down when I'm ramped up, but I can sense when other people need support. And I can at least meet them there. Okay, how can I use my empathy to help others? And in helping them, help myself, right? Once I see someone needs support, when I can sense that that person is in a crisis, what does that bring up in me? Like, what is my emotional response to that person's crisis? Can I name it? And can I bring myself down so that I can help them? Make sense? So, tell me some of your growth areas. Tell me your name again. Elisa.
I don't like conflicts. So I think I can improve in that area because I think there are situations where you don't want to get into conflict, but you want to hash out the issue in a productive way where everyone's happy or at least the issue gets addressed. Instead of just acting like nothing happened.
Okay. So if the issue is that I'm crowding your personal space, how would you, since you especially don't like conflict, how would you deal with that?
I would have to tell you right there and right now, make me uncomfortable.
Okay. And you took a deep breath afterwards, right? That's the other thing. At this very moment, this is making me uncomfortable. Can you please give me some space? Well, so what? I don't care about you being uncomfortable. What I want you to understand is, and then your response is, fair enough. And what if I keep coming?
Then it's, I don't know, then it's good.
Right, then you go to New York. Then you go to New York. It's, all bets are off, right?
Yeah, but I mean like.
Something in an administrative way, right? So I'm being funny in using that example, but something in an administrative way that says, you wanted something signed. I'm trying to get out of the office, and you come in 3 minutes before I can go. And you're giving me a long-winded story, and I'm not giving you any energy back because I'm like, right? So you can already feel the tension and the fact that I don't want to be here, I don't really want to hear you. What can you do? Because we're not at conflict level, but we're definitely at someone's not happy here.
Right.
So what's the options for you?
I'm the person coming in.
Mhm.
I can say, oh, well, I can see that you made someone go, maybe I can send you emails, and talk about it tomorrow.
I can be concise as well. Because before I even do a summary email, I'm sorry, clearly I've come at a bad time. My bad.
Yeah.
I apologize. Here's what I would need. A signature, a signature, a form, and permission. I'll send it to you in an email tomorrow. I appreciate your time. I've apologized for the conflict. I've still been concise and clear in what my need was in the first place. Because when you come in tomorrow, when you send the email tomorrow, I'm going to remember you pissed me off. But at least if you say you need this, that, and the third, there might be an element of me that says, okay, right, I remember that person. All right, she was at least, she understood that I was trying to get a train, so I'm going to give her grace. And she followed up with the email. Right? Another conflict. I say, I want to go out and hang out. Husband says, why? I say, because I've got a husband, 3 boys, and 2 dogs, a dog, 2 cats, and 2 guinea pigs. That's why. But I feel disrespected when you do that. I don't understand what you're talking about. And so these 2 things, right, are actual stances. His emotional response to my departure is valid. My need to get the heck out the house is valid. Your emotional response to that situation.
We bust our house too much with the kids. We deserve to go out.
And his emotional response is valid.
So then the next time, then we can go out. We take
He doesn't go out.
That's what parents do.
No, he doesn't go out. He's not the person. Yes, however, to balance out his emotional state, right? This is, the union of the marriage is relevant. The interaction says this person is telling you, this is how I'm feeling. To dismiss it would be equally wrong. So instead, the opportunity is to say, okay, I hear you. I'm not mad at you. I haven't given up what my need is, though. What I have done, though, is identify what does going out get me. It's a break outside the house. So what my need isn't necessarily to go out and hang out, but just to get outside. Because that's my decompression. And so if I say, no, I want to go with him. Right. But so instead, if I say, this is my need, right? Your emotional state is valid. It makes you feel some kind of way because you're not sure.
You feel better without you still feeling like crap because you're still going out.
But I'm not. Because now, no, I'm going, but I'm telling you, this is why I'm going, and here's what I'm willing to do. Where I would normally go to, a good wine and a good scotch, varying days. Instead, I will meet you here. I will come, I'll go at this time, I'll be back at this time, and you can meet me halfway through my day. I'm willing to give you something. It may not be the final thing, but it's part of the negotiation, right? Because it's still saying, my need is to step out. I need to have the interaction outside. I understand it makes you feel uncomfortable. What do you need to make you feel better? Because I've told you what my need is. I'm not judging your need. I'm merely asking you what would make you feel better. And adulthood says, you know daggone well, you can't tell me not to go out. So, but you can tell me how it makes you feel. So what do you need so that you can feel better? I'm willing to give you that. That art of compromise says, I understand where I'm at. And then I can move forward. Because I understand me, I understand you. But I can manage you by giving you compromise. Now meet me halfway. And if you're stuck in the, okay.
Please be gone.
Okay. No, it's like a child. Okay. I hear you. Okay. Now, how can I help you? You need to vent. I'm letting you vent. Now, what do you want to be done with that information? That's the bandwidth, right? That's the growing space that we all have access to. And it's very different with different people, by the way. Different people will trigger your ability to self-regulate differently. So I can manage my husband. My sister, however, man, you would think that she took my money. Like, what? What did you say to me? And I feel myself getting into this non-fight about the thing that she didn't say, but then I heard a tone, and so therefore. And it's like, what happened to
But I
the
think it
skills?
has to do with also like stuff that happens when they're like children. You know how it is. When you brother and sister, y'all fight all the time, so that shit just grows.
And part of growing up is letting go.
Yeah, but that shit don't always happen, brothers and sisters.
I'm trying not to die with it.
That's
I mean, I do love my brothers and sisters.
Right.
I'm a nerd, you know, I'm a nerd.
Right, and I'm trying to not die with it. I'm letting go of that narrative. Judge, sir?
The biggest turning point in my relationship with my sister when I just decided to stop arguing with her. Just let her rant.
Right.
Let her go.
Because oftentimes the person just wants to get it out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, so now when I hear a tone, I can literally say, I hear a tone, and this is how I'm interpreting it. Is that what you mean? That's not what I said.
I do that a
I
lot.
understand.
I like that.
But is that what you mean? Because this is what it's bringing up in me. Now, she can either ramp down, clarify her statement, or shift the tone. One of the three. But my need, right? I'm feeling uncomfortable. What do you need from me? No, matter of fact, let me tell you what I need from you so that we can be good. All of those things are emotional intelligence. Like how to, right, it's a need. Because in that moment of communication, it is a need. All of this that we're doing, this is a want. We want to have this discourse. We want to be better with people in your life, to include your boss. It's a need, right? Because you have to have those communications. You were going to say? I'm sorry.
Well, you were talking about, because I was stepped out, so I
Okay.
forgot. So I was trying to figure out if it was to do something like marriage relationship, we were talking about like it was my sister relationship. So when you were actually mentioning, going out and everything else, it's sometimes like in a relationship, X, Y, and Z. People actually have a tendency of forgetting that you were an individual first before you actually were together. So there's actually it's like you say, I need you to understand that at the end of the day, I was an individual. And it's like the same thing with like a parent and child. A parent and child, I came to your life, not the other way around.
As in, I, the child,
As in I,
the parent came into your life? See, now that's an interesting stance.
I came
because-
to your life because
Now, I would actually see it slightly different. Because I say that the child came to me. But before you came, I was a full person.
Exactly. That's why I say I came to your life, not the other way around. You're not gonna manage me and start regulating me.
Why not?
No, but
Our children are literally born to teach us.
no, exactly. I
Okay.
understand that, but it's not like because that's like I said, I was trying to figure out what kind of relationship you're talking about.
Okay.
So at first I was thinking about a parent and a child. So that's why I was like, as a child, you cannot tell me where to go or what to do.
Oh!
So that's why I was like,
Yeah, and and so here's part of the growth. When your parent turns 75, 80, 85, and they're still telling you, you don't get to tell me where to go. Meanwhile,
They can't go anywhere by themselves.
they're moving. Rather, in the understanding that now we have shifted again.
yep. I'm the child. I mean, you're the child, and you pretty much I'm the parent.
And how do you talk them through that process?
You got that.
Exactly.
Because my 16-year-old comes home and says to me, are you hearing me? He's still hearing you, babe. He said, but I'm saying this and you're not hearing me. Again, I was like, but who? And he's looking at me like, no, I'm talking to you. And I'm looking at him like, what? And I had to give him the grace. Because in that moment, he was right. I really wasn't listening. I wasn't listening.
But that's what you
No,
were.
well, sometimes they just say it just to say, because they want to be assets. My daughter be doing it, and I'll be like, wait.
What sign are you?
Oh, I'm a Virgo.
You're not giving no quarter. You're not giving no quarter. Again,
Yeah.
part of the growing of life is seeing where we can shift, and that even the stance as a parent, it's not necessarily rock solid. Everything is shifting. It shifts slowly, but it's shifting. The mountain will still crumble down to regular soil, no matter what, right? The boss can at any day be fired, and you see them in the street, and they're not your boss anymore. Your child will at some day literally be responsible for you. And part of what they are communicating, improperly though it may be,
So there's some kids that they kind of, excuse my language, fucked up, and they send their parents to homes, and I don't understand that bullshit.
we're gonna move right along, we're gonna move along, we're gonna move along. Hold that for me 1 second. Where are we? 11:30. So, I'm lying? You're not, you're not. What I want us to talk about is the active listening that goes into, in our last 30 minutes together, the active listening that goes into becoming emotionally intelligent, right? Just like practicing your math skills or your reading your English literature, the tools that can help us manage ourselves are plenty and have to be practiced daily. So in the conversation that I was talking about with my husband and with my son, different conversations, but both of them require that I become silent to be able to listen. Because the words that were coming out were sounding like control in my husband's case, but really and truly was an element of vulnerability. Right? He's saying, no, not insecurity. It's not insecure to say, dude, you go out every weekend, you say you're hanging out with your girlfriends, and then you guys are in a bar. I'm saying no. That's it. Because if the shoe were on the other foot, how would I feel? It may not be going out for me. It might be, dude, you bought this, you bought that, you bought the third thing. What am I supposed to do with all this stuff in the house? Da 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 da. It's not insecurity. It is me saying, this is where I'm vulnerable. This is my need. People don't use the word need, though, because it sounds like insecurity. But in a trusted relationship, in a business relationship, there's always a need, right? For you to be able to hear that, though, you've got to get silent. You almost have to stand still and shut down your brain for 30 seconds to just hear the words that are coming out of their mouth.
But that you learn from experience yourself. It's not what's taught you. Because my mom has tried to teach me so many times.
I was just, like I said, we don't give you a quarter.
My dad is a lot older than my mother, and I don't know, I do not listen. I don't like that. And I think maybe it's because they're more mature because I don't have time to babysit. And I'm the same way, and I've learned in the past that I've had to learn with my own experience that the same way I'm feeling like I need to go out, I need to do the same way that they also have to do the same. We go for our own individual person, we prepare a couple. And I've learned that with years of experience, not just with what my mom has tried to teach me when I was younger.
Right. All of these require, so like you said, it's not just what they're teaching you, but rather what are you practicing? What are you aware of? What are you bringing to, what skill set are you bringing to your everyday existence? Every day this person is working with you. So you and I are similar in this way. Someone outlines a topic or situation, and we automatically go to the catalog. Oh yeah, me. This is how I see it. No, I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm literally saying this is how we process. However, what we're doing simultaneously is cataloging. We're not necessarily just listening. Just listening. Once they're done laying it all out, you might be surprised that some people take a long-ass break to get to this point right over here. And we stopped listening over there. We started cataloging. We got here, and we're like, okay, I got you. But that's not really what they were trying to say. They were giving you example, issue, confusion, what had happened was, this and tomorrow. And is so. And you're like, why did you just say that? It requires us to listen. And that is an everyday practice and skill. Jose.
The role of the parents, for example, a father provide you as a human being, when you grow up, right, these qualities, right, security. So your father teaches you security, how to be secure, and your mother teaches you how you trust. So sometimes when a father and mother is missing one of them, the family can affect the kids. So how do you relate to the father? We're talking about as an individual, but we're not talking about as a family.
Right. Then it becomes the onus, the responsibility is on you, the person. Because the example that you outlined is first off culturally relevant within a specific group, right? A father teaches you security, a mother teaches you trust. That gender focus is a cultural structure. Not wrong, merely an existence of how man has constructed the world to this point. However, given the world that we're in today, if the change, so then the onus is, the responsibility is on the parent to do both, or to do what they are strong in, and the responsibility is on the growing child, because we are all children until we die, to learn where we're lacking. So if I'm insecure, to use the term over here, my sense of security doesn't allow me to enter someone else's space, and so I'm always going to give people not just 2 feet of space,